Slings are incredibly important for keeping your rifle safe and secure on your person. In today's video, we're going to check out some of PA's new sling offerings and go over where and how they might fit into your loadout. Hey everybody, Patrick here from Purposeful Armament. We have quite a few slings that we're going to now be offering over on our website at purposefularmament.com. And with such variety, I want to kind of explain why we're going with that variety, why we're making these slings, and how you can apply them to your loadout. With that being said, we have so many options because just like holsters for your pistol, everybody has a different preference. And we want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to get a sling that works right for them. Some people might want the fancy sling with all the bells and the whistles and the fancy padding, while some people might just want a super cost-effective, budget, simple sling. That brings me to our first offering, these simple slings. They're kind of hard to see in the packaging, but here's some videos of them. These slings are very, very simple, as the name would suggest. Essentially, all they are is 5 feet of 1-inch nylon webbing. We've thrown several tri-glides in there so that you can adjust this sling to your liking. And we also included an elastic battery pouch to add a little bit of utility to a simple sling. Now, this sling is perfect for somebody who doesn't want to mess around with quick adjust, doesn't want to mess around with, padding, doesn't want to mess around with any of those fancy bells and whistles. They just need something that's going to be cost effective and that's going to keep the rifle on their person. While these aren't quick adjusting slings, they are easily adjustable, and with all the tri-glides, that allows you to keep the sling nice and together so that it doesn't snag on anything you don't want it to snag on. Now we're going to be offering these in a variety of colorways. First up, we have Woodland Camo, M81 Woodland Camo. We're also going to have KLMK so that we can easily distinguish who is a communist and who isn't. And we are also going to have just standard black. Now the price point for these slings is going to be right at $20. We are going to be having sales on these, but I would not anticipate anything lower than maybe $15, maybe $13 on like a really big sale. But like I said, these are designed to be very cost effective. Now we've already gone over these slings before. Now let's take a look at some of the new slings that we're going to be producing. These are our brand new Gunslinger quick adjust slings. So these are very similar to other quick adjust slings on the market. These are all 1-inch nylon webbing. So you're not going to get any extra padding, any extra surface area, but you are going to get a quick adjust system via this pull tab, which allows you to quickly adjust how long the sling is. I personally prefer these over the simple sling just for the sheer fact of if I'm doing administrative tasks with my rifle, like hanging up targets, pacing targets, doing grading, scoring, whatever, even painting targets, I want that rifle to be up close to my body. I want it to be hugging my body as tight as it can, so it's not flopping around, right? We don't like it flopping around. So that is perfect for this because I can very quickly and easily tighten it all the way up. Now the rifle is cinched to my body. And then whenever I go to shoot, I like it to be nice and loosey-goosey so that I have full capabilities with my rifle. So I prefer the quick adjust. That doesn't mean that you have to, but these are going to be super, super nice. Like I said, 1-inch all the way around. We went with a pull tab instead of, like a loop, like some other slings. I personally prefer the pull tab. This doesn't get caught on stuff as easily as the loop. So we are going to offer these in Woodland. Again, KLMK, so that we can distinguish who's a communist and who isn't. And finally, black. Now, our Gunslinger quick adjust slings are also going to come in 1.5-inch variation. So this is the exact same thing. It is a quick adjust system. You have the same amount of 1-inch out here. You have your quick adjust system. The only difference is you are going to have a 1.5-inch shoulder segment of webbed nylon. This is a little bit softer nylon than the 1-inch stuff, but that extra 1/2 inch, surprisingly enough, is enough to make a difference and make it much more comfortable. So I actually do prefer these over this or padded over the 1" because this gives me better surface area. It's more comfortable. I still get the quick adjust, and all is good in the world. Now, before we move on to our third offering for a sling, I do want to say, as of right now, we are working on developing a prototype of how to put our battery compartment on these quick adjust slings. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work on the pull tab, and because the front part of this, the 1" part of this, has to move and have free range of motion for you to, you know, tighten and loosen, we're trying to figure out other ways. So keep in mind that for the next couple of months, we will have the Gunslinger quick adjust slings available, but they will not have the battery compartment. So if you need the battery compartment or you want the battery compartment, I would wait for a few months until we announce that. We're just going to do like a soft launch. I'm sorry, that was the most corporate bro thing I think I've ever seen. We're going to do a soft launch, which basically means we're not really going to say anything. We're just going to start shipping the battery compartment ones as opposed to not, whenever we get that prototype fully fleshed out and fully working to our liking. Now let's move on to the third type of sling that we are going to be offering at Purposeful Armament. And unfortunately, it is still in the prototype phase, but I wanted to take a second to chat about this because it's something that's coming down the pipeline that we're working very diligently on to make sure we can offer a padded rifle sling. This is the packaging of it. Obviously, this is black in here. I do have a prototype in here. It is very, very simple. This prototype is all sorts of different colors and stuff, but it is going to be a 1.5" neoprene foam padding for your shoulder, and it will have the 1" nylon webbing for your connection to your rifle. It's also going to have the quick adjust system as well as the battery compartment system. So this will be kind of the creme de la creme, so to speak, of all of our sling offerings. We don't plan on making the 1.5" in any camouflage patterns. It's going to be OD green and black, so you won't have those options for this, but the 1" variation will be in M81 Woodland, KLMK, and black. There's not going to be a price difference depending on if you get camouflage or black or whatever. If you're interested in any of these slings in different camouflage patterns or different colors than what I've offered now, please let us know in the comments, send us an email, do whatever you need to do. And that's about it for the slings. So keep an eye out for the padded sling that'll be coming up in early 2026. Hopefully, these other slings are available right now for you to purchase, albeit they do have some room for growing. And the real nice thing about doing these in-house, we're building these in-house. The great thing about that is we get to quickly make changes to the product line. If we were ordering a bunch from a factory, you know, we would get 50 or 100 of each unit or whatever, we would have to either eat the cost on making a change on all of those and not selling those older ones, or we'd have to discount them, or it would just kind of be a pain in the butt. With this, you know, having such small quantities, if a change comes up down the road, you know, and we have like 5 units on hand, then we can very quickly and easily dish those units, push out the change, and it's just better for everyone in our opinion. So anyways, with that being said, if you want any updates on any of this stuff, make sure to stay subscribed to our YouTube channel and also go on over to our website, subscribe to our newsletter. We pump out typically like 2 newsletters a week. One of them is some unique content, right, that Jacob, my co-owner, does. The other is going to be some sort of promotion for our products. It's going to be discussing our products, or it's going to be giving you guys an exclusive discount code on our products. So if at the very least, if you've seen a sling that you're mildly interested in, sign up to our newsletter, and more than likely you're going to get like a 10 or 15% off coupon and get these for even cheaper than they already are. So stay tuned for all of that. Stay subscribed for all of that. Keep an eye out for all of that. I will see you in the next video, and remember, stay armed.